Hello and welcome back to a new era with Arsenal on the Football Manager 19 beta. I think today the full game should be out, 2nd November, as I'm pre-recording. This is the Monday, so obviously you're on the Friday, I'm a couple ahead. Last time out we had the North London derby against Tottenham and Bournemouth in the second leg of the League Cup. Now that leads us on to today. We've got the second leg of the Europa League First Knockout round. Is it First Knockout round? Maybe second knockout round? I can't remember which one. And we've also got the League Cup final. Who that's against and what's happened will come shortly. In fact, it will come now. Let's go and have a look at what's happened since that last episode. So we did have Chelsea again in the FA Cup fourth round. We got a good win in this game. Paqueta with a hat-trick, 21, 24 and 51. Surrounded by goals by Morata and Kovacic. We were overrunning this game a little bit, but we came out 3-2 winners and we're into the fifth round. Is it quarterfinals? Fifth round? No, fifth round. Sixth round. It was actually after this stage, or around this stage as well, that the other semi-final of the League Cup happened. I think it was maybe a day after our game. Wolves actually beat Liverpool on penalties, so we get Wolves in the FA Cup, in the League Cup final rather than Liverpool. We then had a Premier League game, back to wins, 3-0 win against Bolton. What's going on tonight? Brighton, 2 own goals in this game. I mean, to be fair, Paqueta should have at least got the first one, but it's a Shane Duffy own goal after 12 minutes. Aubameyang got one on 18, and then just before half-time, Lewis Dunk got the third one. We were all over them, didn't really create enough chances maybe to score more, but we probably did deserve to score, a bigger scoreline. But 3-0 win, that's all we can ask for really. A great win, get us back to winning ways in the league and put that pressure on at the top of the table. Now, there's not really too much to say about this game. A very boring 0-0 game against Burnley. Not much creative. I mean, both teams, it was a fairly even game. We had a bit more in the possession. Pereira got injured again just on the stroke of half-time. But yeah, a 0-0 draw, which wasn't great for our run of form, and they weren't particularly high in the league either, so not great. We did bounce straight back, though, with a lovely 4-1 win against West Ham at home. They did recently in the January window sign Victor Fischer. I think it was from Copenhagen. Someone did actually sign Bentner as well. That's just reminded me. I can't remember who it was. Someone in the Premier League, possibly Cardiff, Huddersfield, someone like that has signed Nicholas Bent. That's fantastic. The Lord. But yeah, Roberto Pereira, Ozil, Vecino doing the damage in the first half before they pulled one back for Victor Fischer, like I mentioned, and then El Neni grabbing another one just near the end, 10 minutes to go. He did miss another penalty in injury time as well, and Danny Welbeck got injured, and I think he's missing a good few weeks. But a good 4-1 win in the local derby. They scored their only shot on target. We were overdone in possession, but we got the 4-1 wins. That's all that matters really, the 3 points and a push up the table. We then had the first leg of the Europa League, which sets us perfectly up for today. So we were terrible in this game, really. I mean, we had 27 shots and 10 on target. Not a great conversion. Very rotated squad. We rested as many players as we could. It took a very late Aubameyang goal to get the away goal and give us a sort of chance. They sort of sucker punched us at the start. They didn't really do much else, but we just couldn't break them down, and from that point on it became difficult once they got the goal. Gave them something to cling on to, but we got there in the end. Aubameyang and a vital away goal sort of puts us on the front foot going into the second leg, which we play obviously today. And then in the FA Cup fifth round, we were going to be drawn against Burnley or Southampton. It would be Southampton, and we would actually win 1-0 in this game. Granit Xhaka comes in from the cold. We again dominated this match, weren't really in trouble, but we just couldn't break them down. Paqueta did unfortunately get injured, but then a minute later we brought on, I think it was actually for Paqueta even. No, Xhaka started. He did start. He came in from the cold and he walloped a goal in from the edge of the box, and yeah, they got a late red card for Gabbiadini, 90 plus minutes, but it was no bearing on the game, and a well-deserved win, but perhaps the scoreline doesn't justify how well we played in this. And then from this point, we've actually drawn Newcastle in the FA Cup quarter-finals, I think. Let's just go back to the schedule. So yeah, we've got Ludgorets and Wolves today. Yes, we've got Newcastle. We played them twice in a month as well. We've got Chelsea again this next month, so a lot of Chelsea games lately, so we'll probably skip those a little bit. But we're here for today, so we're going to jump into the Ludgorets game. I'm pretty sure we've got the team selected, and I'm pretty sure we've gone with a very strong team. So here are the lineups. Again, I'm not going to focus too much on Ludgorets. They haven't got anyone I don't think I recognise there. Renan in goal, possibly. I maybe had one of the older games. I'm not too sure. Cicinho at right back. Is that the Cicinho constantly getting caught offside in like 2006 World Cup or 2002 World Cup? I think it is. No, it's not, because he played for Barcelona. No, Barcelona, I think it was. Yes, it's not him. He'd be older than 30. But we go with Aubameyang up front with Ozil just behind. Maitland-Niles drops in at left wing because obviously the absence of Welbeck, Iwobi, Pereira I think is struggling as well. We've got Joe Willock in the middle. Quite a lot of injuries taking their toll on the team. Rafinha's on the bench, but he is struggling, so he won't start. We've got El Neni and Mkhitaryan, and then the back four is the usual back four there. Obviously, Socrates has replaced Mustafi now. We've got Nketiah on the bench, Lacazette on the bench, Torreira, Bola, Zelalem, Rafinha, and of course Lichtsteiner as well. So we'll jump in now. We'll let the assistant take the talk. Gets a good response there into the tunnel. Send the assistant to the press conference, and we kick off at the Emirates here, hoping to put through to another round of the Europa League. As Aubameyang goes very close, just shooting past the post. We do have a corner now. Ozil whips it in. Socrates. Oh, it's rolled across the line. The amount I've seen them roll across the line and hit the far post and go in against us. But we have ours rolled across the line, unfortunately. But we're still going. Socrates, but straight into the arms of Renan. Chance for Ludgorets, but it's intercepted by Willock. And we start again on the attack here. Ozil just drifted into space, finds Maitland-Niles. Back to Ozil, not the greatest pass, but out to El Neni, back to Bellerin. Cuts inside to Willock, because he can have a pop. He doesn't. Goes to Maitland-Niles. He does have a shot, but it's over the bar. Bit more into the game now. They've had another free kick, and they're coming forward again, knocking it around the back. I'm not going to try and pronounce their players' names because I don't know who any of them are. But Mkhitaryan steals in, dribbles a good length of the pitch. We had a chance to get a shot away there, but it's not taken. Willock, can he find a ball? He finds Aubameyang, back to Willock. Maitland-Niles tackled in the box, but it's a good tackle. And they come forward again. Oh, and he skinned, I think it was Socrates, but a terrible shot again. We have a throw in here. Bellerin finds Ozil, back to Bellerin, back to Ozil. A little game between themselves here. Maitland-Niles, another shot just wide. And at the moment we're throwing away goals, but we should be winning. Aubameyang picks up there's not even a worry, it's a straight injury. I was tempted to bring Nketiah on, but I'm going to go with Lacazette. Change into an advanced forward. We're going to get him a bit more involved up front. Ozil now suffered a bit of an injury as well as they come forward, so I think we're going to have to make it, certainly at least one more change. As Mkhitaryan steals in again, he's charging, but he is intercepted again. Can he nick the ball? Not quite this time, as they're coming forward again. But Maitland-Niles, who's now also picked up a knock. I mean, we haven't got enough subs for the amount of injuries we're picking up in this game. It's absolutely ridiculous. Maitland-Niles, Lacazette, and he gets the opener. Finally we score. Took 30 shots before we got a goal, but we finally get one just on the hour. Mkhitaryan gets the loose ball. Floats in a bit of a cross here. Maitland-Niles, a good cushioned header down, and I'm not sure about Lacazette being offside there, but it's not given. He scores, and off we go. This should be, hopefully, the game sort of going through now, and maybe get a couple here. As Kolasinac comes forward, finds Willock. Back to Kolasinac, finds Mkhitaryan. Back to El Neni. Needs a pass. He finds Lacazette. Someone in the box for him. Maitland-Niles, and there we go. Bosh, that's 2-0. And who do we really need to think about? I mean, Ozil going to push Nketiah on further forward. He's going to play as... I don't want to play two advanced forwards really. He is going to play as a deep line forward on attack, and going to take Maitland-Niles off for Rafinha, I think, who's probably going to pick up an injury himself here, as he drops it out to Holding. Not really many options here, but he finds Kolasinac. Willock still getting heavily involved despite his injury. Lacazette switches the play out to Mkhitaryan. Can he find past it El Neni? He does. I thought he might have looked outside, but he goes inside to El Neni. Finally makes his way outside to Bellerin, and Rafinha comes off the bench. 3-0, making this scoreline now on aggregate look far easier than it probably has been. 35 shots today though, I mean, you can't take that away from us. Willock looked quite good. His average rating probably won't reflect it, but he has played very well. And a great volley by Rafinha, and it goes in, and that's 4-1 aggregate, 3-0 on the night. It's 4 minutes added time here as we go into the final highlight of the game. And it's actually a free kick Direct free kick scored by Ludgorets, so they get the last laugh in the, well, they get the last highlight of the game, the last action of the game. Great free kick to be. I mean, wow, the curve on that ball is absolutely ridiculous. Something again SI have added in this time, so yeah, great addition. But that should be the end of it. Yep, there it is. That's enough. 4-2 on aggregate, 3-1 on the night. Disappointed we couldn't keep the clean sheet, but we get the win. We're through to the next round. Our ball's in the, in the hat. That's all that matters. So get through the little bits of admin between this game, and we'll go on to the League Cup final against Wolves. Before we do get to the League Cup final, a bit of news. So Aubameyang, well, we've got a few injuries. Obviously, we saw in that game quite a few. We'll go through them one by one. So Aubameyang has got a twisted ankle. He's out for 4 weeks. I don't remember a twisted ankle keeping me out quite that long, but he has, so it's going to happen. Willock's out for 1 to 3 days. Kolasinac out for 1 to 2. Ozil for 1 to 2, and Maitland-Niles 1 to 3. So I think pretty much all of these are going to miss the final because it's in 3 days after that game. We've got 2 days to go. It's probably going to miss it, so we're going to be struggling. We do have a few players that can step in that maybe weren't eligible for the League Cup, etc. The Europa League, sorry. So but we've got, I think, something like 10 players injured, something like that now. So it's absolutely ridiculous. But we do also have the Europa League draw for the second knockout round. Despite my intro, not remember if it was the first or second we were in. It was the first. We're now in the second round, and there's no seeding or anything like that. So we're just going to do the auto draw. Inter come out. I'd like to avoid them if possible. They get Leverkusen, so that's a very tough draw. Burnley, obviously we drew them 0-0 recently. They take Dortmund out of the equation. Sevilla get Copenhagen. I'd quite like Copenhagen personally, to be fair. Frankfurt I'd take. They get Besiktas. Atalanta we've had in the group, so I don't think we can have them yet. They get Liverpool. Looking at, oh, not Real Madrid, please. They get Lazio. Probably looking at, yeah, I was going to say Hoffenheim or Marseille at this stage, not Monaco. We get our wish, we get Hoffenheim. So we'll have a look at them a bit closer to the time when we get to the... This is the lineups for the League Cup final. We've gone with Lacazette up front, obviously with Aubameyang's injury. Ozil was still picking up a bit of a knock as well. He passed fitness test, I think, but we're not risking him, so Zelalem is coming in for him. Vecino comes back in for Willock. Combination of Willock's injury plus Vecino now being registered for this competition, not being registered for the Euros. Rafinha comes in at left side for who got injured in that first game. I can't remember. It's only a few minutes ago, but I can't remember. And Monreal comes in at left back for Kolasinac. I think, and Cech we've just brought in for the cup games because he's played most of the cup games this season, so we've stuck with him. We haven't got a game for about a week, so this shouldn't be too much on the effort. So we've got everyone rested, everyone seems okay, but we know there's a bit of a break after this game. They've gone with a very defensive, well, a defensive-ish 4-5-1. You'll know most of these names here. Very strong Portuguese contingent. Raul Jimenez up front, of course. Adama Traore, Ruben Neves, Moutinho, Jota, Yoni, Dendonka, Boli, Aguilar, Doherty I don't know so much, and Patricio. Connor Cody's on the bench. Yeah, they've got Nick Powell on the bench as well. Is he actually at Wolves, or have they just signed him? I'm not too sure. I will say do this for the fans. Obviously this will be the first League Cup win since... Ooh, what would it be, like 90... We lost the one to Birmingham in 2010, 2011. So when was the last win? Probably 93, I guess. That we did the cup double over Wednesday in both finals. I'm pretty sure that was the top of my head. That was the last League Cup final win for Arsenal. Monreal cuts it out, but it's a bit of ping pong here going in the middle of the field. Whoever gets the possession here, and it looks like Adama Traore is just bursting down that right hand side. A good save from a header by Jota, but Cech keeps it out. And as we get into half time here, literally nothing has happened. I've not even cut anything out. There's been nothing happening. There's that one highlight that I'm probably going to end up showing. That is literally it. The kickoff one, I think, and then one other, which resulted in Cech making that great save. Again, I apologise if my computer's making a bit of noise, but the way I've got my mic positioned again, just to keep my hands free more rather than holding onto the microphone, possibly picked up a bit more noise, but it has seemed to have picked up a bit more during this Wolves game for some reason. I don't know why. We're going to go to this disappointing team talk again, as Baldy was suggesting, because it worked against Ludgorets, and we came out second half all guns blazing. We do have a corner. Rafinha. and it's cleared by Wolves. Ruben Neves. Can't help but feel if that was our corner, that would have been one of their players on the end of it and can continue the attack. But, or yeah, Lacazette drops in, or countering us rather, even, which is kind of what happened. Bellerin. So I don't know what I'm saying. I'm waffling again. It's late again. I'm tired. And it's a good shot, but it's headed straight at Patricio. It's 4 minutes added time. We're about to finish full time with about 2 highlights all game. It's absolutely ridiculous. As Nketiah has also picked up an injury. So yeah, it's the number of injuries are still getting ridiculous, and it looks like, though, if this carries on the way it's gone, this is going to penalties. There's not even been highlights, or chances, let alone goals. We've had the better of the match. We've had more shots on target, but there's been nothing created at all. This is getting absolutely ridiculous with the injuries. We're going to have no players left at this stage, like, if it carries on. Vecino's knackered, apparently. He's had a bit of a rest. I don't know how he can be knackered. We do have another sub, but I mean, frankly, I don't really have anyone to bring on at this stage. And it's going to penalties, so we're going to the lottery of a penalty shootout. And half our team injured in the process. So this is going to be fun, isn't it? Yeah, I mean, on any second. Rafinha's injured, but he can take one. Torreira. Nketiah. Monreal. Because he's got the better composure. I think we'll just leave it at that. The first 5 or 6. Lacazette steps up for number 1. And it's saved by Patricio. Oh, I can see how this is going already. 1P, I don't know how it's pronounced, steps up for Wolves. Oh, he shoots it straight down the middle, and Czech can't keep it out. We're going to get robbed in this, aren't we? We've been the better team. El Neni never misses. I was expecting him to miss. He doesn't. 1-1. So we need Bonatini. We need a big save from Czech here, or a miss, or something. He buries his penalty as well. Rafinha, of course, has got a knock. We need him to get past that and just bury his penalty for us. He skies it over the bar. Samaris steps up for Wolves. He hits the post. So we still need them to miss one more. We need to score all of ours at this stage now. Torreira. Straight down the middle. Great penalty. Good goal. So we need Ruben Neves to mess up here. I think they win if he scores this. Am I right in saying that? I might be wrong. I don't know. We'll never find out because he's put it wide. Now Nketiah, another player who's got an injury. Can he get past his injury and bury his penalty? It's saved by Patricio. What is going on? And Connor Cody come off the bench. He's stepping up. The way it's going slow like this, it suggests I think they will probably win. I think they win if they score this. They do. Come on, Czech. He scored just. And Wolves somehow scrape by him without even having a highlight and win the... That's 2. They've knocked us and Liverpool out on penalties in the semi-final and the final. So we had a chance to get our first silverware as the new Arsenal manager post Arsene Wenger. Unfortunately, we don't manage to do it. We go out on penalties in the final of the League Cup. We lose half our team through injury in the process in this game and the previous game. So this season is going to get very interesting leading into now. But what we'll do, we'll have a look at the schedule. Disappointing, yeah. I mean, it works well during the game, didn't it? So let's have a look at the schedule, see where we're going to come back next time. So we've got Hoffenheim squeezed in here somewhere. So what we might do the Hoffenheim and Newcastle game, the 2 cup games, I think. We've got a bit of revenge for Cardiff in the meantime. Hopefully we lost 1-0 to them before. We've got Newcastle in the league before we had the FA Cup. We've got Hoffenheim before as well. I want to avoid the Chelsea game as much as we can. Yeah, I think that's what we'll do. So we'll come back for the 2 cup games, the double here. As long as nothing else jumps in the middle, I'm pretty sure it won't. If you enjoyed this episode, please do drop a like. If you're new to the channel, please do drop a sub to the channel while you're there as well. Just helps the channel grow and all that good stuff. Any comments as well on anything you've seen today, or anything you want to comment on, any players you might suggest, anything like that, all that good stuff as well. You know, drop it below. And until that cup double next time, I'll see you later. Take care.